Hi. So today I'm going to explain about how nobody can be a judge of their own case. Now, what is the meaning of this expression, which is used almost every day in every court, many times all over India and all over the world? I will limit my argument to India and especially to my state because I am not aware about the other states. But more or less, the same principle will be followed in almost all the states because Supreme Court gave a decision in P. Surendran versus SI of police, sub inspector of police against a Madras High Court judgment, where it reiterated the judicial powers and the administrative powers of the court. For that matter, any court in India will have two parts. One is the judicial side and the other is the administrative side. Now, judicial side means where two parties are there and there is an issue between those parties and judge decides the issue by way of evidence and application of the law. By considering the evidence and application of the law, that is the judicial side. So the main role of a judicial side is resolution of the disputes. And the main role of the administrative side is that numbering the petition, submitting accounts to the High Court, reconciliation of the accounts, salaries of the employees, their performance reports, ACRs, annual confidential reports. So it is a mini office. The best way to understand is not at a High Court level or a Supreme Court level, but at a lowest courts level where there will be a judge, there will be a superintendent, there will be a copy application department, there will be Nazarat, there will be accounts department, there will be store department, there will be records department. So all these departments are available in the lowest court, that is the municipal court or a junior civil judge's court, where the actual court work happens. So the judge of a lowest court plays a dual role. One is the judge on the judicial side and the other is the head of an administrative side. So whenever a petition is filed, the judge will not interfere and must not interfere into any sort of objection against the petition. That is why they write check and put up and direct it to the superintendent. It is the job of the superintendent to check the petition, whether it is filed in accordance with the civil rules of practice or the criminal rules of practice, and then put up for the judge to look into the petition on the administrative side. Please hear carefully. It is on the administrative side, using an administrative mind, using an administrative head, judge looks into the petition after checking and putting up by the superintendent or the administrative side head, who is the administrative subordinate to the main head, who is the judge. So now if judge finds that the objection is genuine, ex facie, because judge just doesn't go deep into why the objection is raised, because it is like usurping the powers of the superintendent. Because superintendent has a objection on the administrative side before numbering the petition, judge checks the objection and initials in the capacity of an administrative head. For that, the advocate replies and complies the objection and resubmits to the superintendent once again. With a last line, it says that in my state and in the state of Andhra Pradesh, it says that if not satisfied, post before bench. If that is not written also, my understanding is that it must be posted before bench. And now when it is posted before bench, judge takes a decision whether to uphold objections of the registry, that is the administrative side, or upholds the compliance of the advocate and directs the petition to be numbered if otherwise in order. Now the important legal maxim here is nobody must be a judge of their own case. Here if the objection is raised by the judge, sometimes judge becomes so involved in the petition, so involved in the cause of action brought to the court by a client, by a party to this case, that he raises objections, which is a blunder. Because he is directly hit by a principle, nobody can be a judge of their own case. Here what exactly happens is, if judge raises the objection and the advocate complies the objection and judge decides that objection, it is obvious most of the times judge will decide the case on his side only. So here judge is becoming a judge of his own case. When somebody becomes a judge of their own case, it is decided on their side. In a simple layman terms, I will explain. If husband and wife has a dispute, because husband is in a dominating position, if husband decides the case, it is always decided on the husband's side because he has the power. In the same way, if judge raises the objection and judge decides the objection, it is obvious judge decides the objection in his side itself, on his side itself, because judge is in a dominating position compared to advocate. So therefore the principle here is, one who raises the objection must not judge or must not decide the objection. Superintendent must raise the objection, advocate must comply the objection, judge must decide the dispute between the superintendent and the advocate if the superintendent is not satisfied with the compliance of the advocate. So that's how the principle, nobody can be a judge of their own case, comes into play. So if judge raises an objection, whenever a petition is filed, if judge raises the objection, sometimes judges raise the objection using the hands and mind of the superintendent. Generally the hands of the superintendent. The mind will be of the judge. It can be identified depending on the objection. If the superintendent's objection has the flavor of a judicial side, then it means judge has interfered into the objection. Though judge may be using the hands of the superintendent, if it has the flavor of a judicial side, if it has a deep knowledge, if superintendent is raising objections having the knowledge of a judge, then it means judge is raising the objection. In that case, superior courts will identify whether who judge raised the objection or superintendent raised the objection. But here it is hit by a principle called nobody can be a judge of their own case. If that is the case, higher courts will definitely interfere. Hope I am clear. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, kindly comment.